Yeah, it was one of the toughest time of my life because I had 2 times 100%, and yeah, I was ill a lot and these kind of things because my body was just empty, you know.
I can definitely be fighting for podium, 100%. I don't have one single doubt in my mind.
Everything's laid out on the table for you to achieve the ultimate goal, and you're not coming close to it. It's terrible. It's hard to accept.
We focus a little bit more on the balance side, I think, coordination, yeah, agility they call it, and also the reaction time.
My name is Glenn Koldenhoff. I'm from the Netherlands. I'm riding for Monster Energy Yamaha Factory MXGP.
Glenn Koldenhoff's a really interesting rider. We've watched him over the years beat the very, very best riders out there in the world. He's proved it on 2 occasions now. It's 2 of the biggest events, the Olympics of motocross. Watching Glenn at Redbud, the track was really, really hard. It rained for 2 days non-stop. You could hardly even walk around the pit area, let alone what it was like to actually be on a track. And we watched him dismiss every other rider out there, including some of his fiercest rivals like Jeffrey Herlings.
Final lap.
Wow, what a statement!
Confident he is.
What a statement! Great ride for the Red Bull KTM rider out of the Netherlands.
And he's got a massive round of applause as well. And that is a personal achievement. Race 1 with a win. He was so ecstatic with that. But to go 1-1 just like Anstey last year.
Fast forward 12 months, and Glenn done exactly the same thing again. He beat the best in the world. There's no reason why he can't do the same thing this year to win the World Championship.
But what a moment, what an experience. And it'll be a big moment as well because Koldenhoff comes out of the final turn. He goes 1-1 again, this time on home soil. The Netherlands win for the first time.
Yeah, definitely, you know, it was a highlight last year already in Redbud, but now this time double gold, you know, doing it with Team the Netherlands in front of our king is something special. And the crowd was amazing today. Every single lap I came by the grandstands, I heard them, and it's been an amazing weekend and something we will never forget, that's for sure.
Anyone who knows of Glenn Koldenhoff and has followed his career thinks of him as a KTM rider. He was on one in MX2, he was on one for the overwhelming majority of his MXGP career, save 1 season on a Suzuki. So for him to suddenly appear on a Japanese bike, a Yamaha, is really going to take some getting used to, and it's a big commitment from his side because he had everything he needed at KTM, or Gas towards the end.
You know, I've been 5 years with the other brand, and to change to a new brand is always a bit difficult, I would say, in the beginning. But I think factory bikes in general, they are all not that bad, and it's just I need to get used to the handling of the bike, and it reacts different in different places. And yeah, I felt like we had 2 months now, and I'm pretty much used to the bike, and yeah, we are just finalizing things, you know, to make the bike even more built for myself, and this is going on a good way, so I'm happy so far.
Glenn is a kind of course, sand rider, due to the fact that he's a Dutch rider, but he got some skills that are not common. I never understood how it's possible that he never put everything in the same season, you know, together, because he has some of the best end of the season ever, I guess, with victories and with incredible races at GP of the Nations like he did in Redbud in America. When conditions are really tricky and demanding and physical, it's really a good rider.
It's a strange one with Glenn because people think of his last 2-3 years and they think of his GP wins, they think of his podiums, they think of his Motocross of Nations success. And whilst you would naturally think of those highs, there have also been some incredibly difficult moments. He's had 2 back injuries in 2 years. He's lost feeling in his lower body. He knows what it's like to flirt with that dangerous edge. So for him to even be in a position now where he wants to race, let alone still going for a world title, is commendable, but it's this quality that any rider in this field has. Everyone knows of the consequences. Everyone knows what could happen. But the love of the sport and the desire to be the best eventually trumps all of that.
The conditions are taking a turn for the worse. If ever you needed to start, Jason Thomas, today was the day.
Yeah, it's so cliche to say, but in a condition like this, where you're not going to be able to see well, you're not going to be able to move around the track very well, you need to get out front so you can control your own destiny. You know, the traction was almost at a peak going into the second moto. Get some downpour. It's really going to change the approach. I wouldn't be surprised if there were some last-minute tire changes.
MXGP race 2. Wow, this one's going to be a good one. Hurling's very tentative, dropping off the mesh there on the wet metal, but around the outside, oh, rider's going wide in the first turn, and it is a Yamaha. It's cold enough in those orange boots, white and orange boots, is it? Yes, it is. So cold enough pulls the Fox hole shot. Where's Febvre? Your winner from race 1. Glenn Koldenoff, been a decent ride for him. He's going to get his first podium for Monster Energy Yamaha. He would have liked the race win, I'm sure. He would have loved to have stood on the top step of the podium even more. But you know what? Take it while you can. It's a good improvement for Glenn Koldenoff. 17th overall at the first round, 8th overall a week ago at Matchley Basin. He's going to be 2nd overall today. Talk about making gains.
We're about 3 months ahead of schedule on Glenn Koldenoff's results here, so.
My first podium together with Yamaha, a new team and everything, you know, it's been amazing, and yeah, my season just started now. I think the passion for the sport, you know, is just, it's what I love. This is my life, and I think it will stay forever. And you know, every day trying to improve, to be better. Every single year, every single week, every single day, you know, putting the maximum effort, and try to become the best one day. So that's always been the goal, and it will always be like this.
Glenn Koldenoff, Monster Energy Yamaha, born down the road, pleased that there's a home GP here at Os, his home circuit. He looked good in time practice as well.
I think I'm pretty good at focusing at myself, you know, and you need to stay realistic. And I've been close in 2019. I was third in the championship, and obviously last year, you know, I had an injury. But I feel like I'm a guy which still improves every year a little bit, and I feel like I'm a quite consistent top 5 guy, but I need to step it up to consistent top 3.
And it surprised me, honestly, it surprised me a lot. He's doing pretty well. He got also some bad luck with a crash like in the second moto in Os that took him away from a possibility to fight for a podium and maybe also for a victory.
110 metres or thereabouts into turn 1. Clean through there in the first race and at the bottom of turn 2, and once again it's Febvre, but around the outside, Jorge Prado, rider down at the back, and riders down. Oh, end over end, different riders going over the bars.
He's won GPs from time to time. He's won motos from time to time. But to reach that next level and be there consistently is a whole different ballgame.
Maybe sounds like a small step, but it's in the end, you know, it's quite a step. But I feel like I've all the things around me which can make me to do this step, and I'm confident. I'm putting everything in it, and yeah, hopefully it will come out one day.
The MX2 class is where some of the most promising riders in the world learn how to put all of the pieces of the puzzle together. These riders have speed, they have ability, they have the potential, but putting all of those things together to form the perfect combination is a struggle. The MX2 class is where they learn how to do that. Look at Conrad Mewse. He was a junior world champion. He won races in EMX 125, he won races in EMX 250. He's got the speed, everyone knows he can win. It's just putting things together on race day that appears to be the struggle for him. Everyone knows how good he can be, it's just whether he will eventually hit that level.
I mean, there isn't much for me to tell him if he's firing on all cylinders, you know, regarding the riding side, apart from some lines or, you know, small things. But when he's riding at his best, which is it is a lot of the time, and it happens a lot in the week. And you know, he's one of the fastest in the world. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. But it's the next bit, you know, that needs to happen on a Sunday. And last year we had, you know, glimmers of, you know, the Conrad that everybody knows and he knows and I know and the team knows came to race.
Well, he's definitely not going to let Muse through, but then Muse tries to get alongside the factory KTM, just trying to get himself reorganised. And Muse goes around the outside, but runs out of real estate.
So it's trying to bring that out in him every time. And he's quite openly honest that, you know, sometimes he struggles, and sometimes he doesn't, but we need to eliminate those days that he does struggle, and sometimes there's not an explanation for it. So you have to, you know, manage it, keep the morale up, keep the confidence up, keep the hard work up, you know, and yeah. You know, in this game, results give you the confidence. Results breed more good results. And
yeah, I mean, sometimes in the morning you can tell when he comes in, you can tell it's going to be a good day because he's kind of got like his head's up. He's got a little bit of swagger, and you can just tell, yep, today's going to be a good day. We've had a few of those days. Like Spain last year was one that just the mood was easy, and you could just tell. And then other days you can sort of tell it's not going to happen. Like
yeah, you know, as soon as I got here on Friday, I looked at the track, and straight away I knew that I was going to feel comfortable around here. It's an amazing track. It's yeah, lovely venue, and I'm just feeling really good. This has been a build up now for a few weeks, so I'm over the moon to get my first pole qualifying. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the races. It's going to be nice to be the first bike out for sighting lap. It's obviously the first time in my career, so yeah, I'm looking forward to hopefully having 2 good starts and 2 solid races.
yeah, I mean, it varies from week to week, day to day sometimes, and you get a feel in the morning how he's been, what's going on with the track. Are we at a deep sand track? What you know, has he had good results here before? What was he doing the week before? But lately, it's just been trying to get the confidence into him to to get him to realise how good he is.
Yeah, it's my home race for me, and the track's awesome, and I felt good in qualifying. It's all very close up there. But yeah, I'm super excited to get out there and put on a show for all you fans.
All good?
Yeah, you?
Yeah. They blocked 2 off, so you were at green one there.
Hey?
Looks like you were at green gate.
Where?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, they're going to start from the inside too?
Yeah, 100%.
Would they?
100%.
Or from gate 1?
I reckon.
it's not frustrating, or it is a little bit, but it's almost like you just want more for him as well as the team. Like, we know it can be achieved, and we've seen it last year. We've seen glimpses of it, you know, like a 4th here and a 5th there, and it was consistent. And when you go back and actually look at last year, it was actually a really solid year for one moto of each GP. It was good.
Right, you're ready to go, mate. There's nothing you can't do. But you know what it's like, you know what it can get like. Just got to get a good start and go for it. You're faster than any of them, you're fitter than all of them. You just got to go. Be sensible in the race, get the points. Top 6, fine. 2 top 6s. If the opportunity's there to get 2 top 3s, take it. If there's opportunities there for the win, go for it. You know? You'll be good, you can do it. But 2 top 6s is a real good start.
Yeah.
You can light it up here if you want. If you get the start, just go for it. Honestly, everyone else will be. Everyone else is not in any better position than you are. You know.
Yeah.
You'll be good. All the training. Let's do it.
Turns in. Gate about to drop here, and that's a good jump from the Yamaha Jam. That's a Renault. Well, it's going to be a big moment for him, isn't it? Win the overall here at Matchley Basin.
Maxime Renault wins the British GP, his first victory of the season and second of his career. Conrad Mewse crosses the line in 17th overall, not what the British fans would have expected from such a promising talent.
But before Matterley, he was geared up for it. There was no reason for us not to believe he wasn't ready for it, and it just didn't happen on the day. It was one of those, you know, and he quite openly say that. He's not blamed the bike with anything. He's happy with the bike, he's happy with the suspension. It's just a few months just to get this rolling and get the results coming out.
There are many riders through the years who have had the speed and the ability to do the job, but their mind just lets them down. It's the same in any walk of life or any sport. Sometimes finding that mental edge can be the difference between struggling to reach your potential or maximising it. That's why some riders bring in trainers who have been there, done that, and maybe even gone through similar problems. Think of Mark Deruva, who took Paul Jonas to his first world title in 2017. He now works with the F&H Racing Kawasaki team, and namely Rowan van der Moosdijk, and he's trying to help him do the same thing, reach that next level and fulfill his potential that is so clear for everyone to see.
Okay, my name is Mark de Reuver. I'm working for F&H Kawasaki Racing, and my job is trainer, mental coach, a shoulder to cry on, and the babysitter.
Zie, hier moet je al rechtop gaan zitten. Hier, kijk, rechtop zitten. Niet vooruit, rechtop moet je. Je moet hem voelen. Zo, je moet hem voelen.
No, I can say that the training on the track, what I do with them, is 40% important, and I say 60% of the mental side. It's a lot. It's much more, because I know he can ride really well. You know, of course, you can always be better, and I see every time I see things, but it's more the mental side you need to work on. And that showed also, because like that last motor in Lommel, that was the only race I really saw my Rowan, let's say. That last moto in Lommel. He was so good, he was completely relaxed, he was good, you know.
Great ride this from the F&H Kawasaki. Haven't seen too much of him, but he is also on the verge of making his own little piece of history. Rowan van der Moosdijk, the F&H Kawasaki rider, finally wins a race in MX2.
Still in the last few weeks, I'm 3 years now with Mark, and still in the last few weeks I still learn from him. He always has new things, and then when in the night I lay in my bed, I think, yeah, how is this possible? I thought, like, this year, what can he say about me, because he knows me for 3 years, you know, and still he comes with new things, and that's what makes him so special.
Zie je wat je doet? Je gaat ook weer helemaal zoals je gaat. Hop, zo met die kop eroverheen. Dan kijk maar naar je kont. Je moet naar je kont kijken. Kijk, die gaat omhoog. Ja. Zie je, en dan zo. Maar dan is die ding. Want hier is wel goed hoor, dit. Zie je, maar dan ben je te laat, hè? Zie je dat? Ja. Zie je hier nog steeds zo, helemaal naar voren. Ja. Dan moet je al achterop zitten.
When he finished his career and he started to approach the career of a trainer, of preparing other riders, I was thinking, with all the mistakes he did, probably he knew really well what not to do, but would be able to teach them what to do.
Super gewoon. Dat is gewoon echt goede start hoor.
He needs to know that what he's capable of, you know. And sometimes I think he forgets that, or I don't know what's in his head, you know. I try to to reveal that also a little bit, but he needs to be more sure of himself, and he knows that. And when he's sure of himself, you get a repeat of that European Championship here and that last moto in Lommel. Of course, you cannot be always first, because you have pile-ups in the start or something happens, but that's motocross. But he needs to start believing in himself before the start already. It's important.
Yeah, of course, home GP is always a bit different. I want to do good here. The crowd is amazing. It's nice to be back with them. and yeah, I want to give them something back. And I've been quite consistent the first few rounds, and I want to be on the box.
I always had it a little bit, also when I was younger. I became a few times Dutch champion and still thought that some guys were better than me. So I think it's also a little bit of myself. But yeah, also when Mark say to me how good I am, or many other people, yeah, there's still a little bit of thought that maybe someone is better, and that needs to be out. And yeah.
MX2 race 1, 30 minutes plus 2 laps about to get underway here. Who will it be that grabs that all-important foxhole shot? The 5-second quarters turn. Brace yourselves. From the middle of the box, the gates came yesterday in the European Championship races, and already swinging wide, and maybe wider than they needed to be. 1 or 2 riders. And again there on the exit, Van der Moosdijk sensing an opportunity here to sneak up the inside, parks it down the inside beautifully. Van der Moosdijk now up in the 3rd place. And Van der Moosdijk, good through that long sweeper and into the face of the jump because he got alongside Rennie Hoffer and has easily taken 2nd position.
Well, the problem is in my whole life, until today, I cannot lose. I hate losing. That has been I think we say it in Holland, the red line in my career.
For the final time. Oh, a couple of itchy trigger fingers there. So Geerts leads, De Wolf 2nd, Beaton 3rd, Guadagnini 4th, Fernandez, Renault, Hoffer. Fans on their feet. Oh, around Van der Moosdijk. Disappointment for the F&H Kawasaki rider. Can't believe it. The bike has let go on him, it appears. Judging from the body language there.
Yeah, I know what I can do. I proved it a few times last year. I know I can win. I showed it, but I just want to be more consistent and fight more for the podiums. And I think when you can do that, you will be up front in the championship standing. So that's my goal, and of course to be a world champion.
But in the end, the cool, decisive riding of Jago Geerts won out. He wins here in Os. He wins both races. A huge victory for the Monster Energy Yamaha rider.
That feeling that the guys give me when they're on the podium, I also cry many times because it's my passion. It's what I do. When I live for this, you know. I live for winning. And the feeling you get when you win, doesn't matter what people say, it's impossible you can get that with money. It's not possible, that feeling. So I want to push that also on everybody's heart. Go for it, you know, and try the best you can and never give up. Nothing is going to be the feeling ever after your motorsport career.
March 19th, 2003. For the second time in a dozen years, an American-led coalition launches a war against Iraq. Cruise missiles and precision-guided bombs are aimed at Iraqi dictator Saddam Hussein near the capital, Baghdad. President George W. Bush tells the American people,
"The people of the United States and our friends and allies will not live at the mercy of an outlaw regime that threatens the peace with weapons of mass murder."
1987. Televangelist Jim Bakker quits as head of his PTL ministry. He steps down amid a sex and money scandal involving Jessica Hahn, a former church secretary. Bakker later serves 5 years in federal prison for using his TV show to defraud his followers. 1931. Nevada legalizes casino gambling, a move that puts Las Vegas on the map as America's gambling capital. And 1962. Titled debut album is released. The singer-songwriter is just 20 years old at the time. Today in history, March 19th, Boston, the Associated Press.
Welcome back in our studio, and in today's news,